this has been a crazy last couple weeks or so. Like, you know, when it looked like the season was completely done for the Lions, just when you think it's done, somehow they reel you right back in. And it feels good to be right back in, you know. From a season that started off when it looked very bleak after a slow start, the Lions have quickly turned it around. And have now got a great big wave of momentum to where, you know what? This Lions team, it can hang with any team on any given fucking Sunday under the right circumstances. And you know, I'll say this. I do not think the division is within reach because I think the Vikings are way too far ahead. But I wouldn't rule out a possible wild card spot because we're only a game or two out of the wild card race. So anything's possible at this point. You know, we'll have to see what happens Monday night between the 49ers and the Cardinals to see what happens there. But a very great win from the Lions today against the Giants up in New York. Like, even with Stafford not here, the Lions still own the Giants' ass. You know, things you like to see. And, you know, humbling all the Giants fans that were talking all that mad shit, thinking this game was an easy W. And yet, you know what? Some fans just have to learn the hard way. There is nothing easy or guaranteed in this fucking league. And you actually have to can't overlook your opponent. And you actually have to focus on the game. Before we talk about what happened with the Giants today, let's look at everybody else that fared this weekend. So starting off with the Pistons, of course. Well, the Pistons, their losing streak continues as they dropped all 4 of their games this week against the Raptors. You know, losing to the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard's return. Losing to that garbage-ass fucking Lakers team that are just trying to be a casting couch. Those fucking posers, that's frustrating. And then losing to Sacramento, even though, for the most part, Jaden Ivey was out playing Keegan Murray. Let me just say this here. The Sacramento Queens are going to make another massive draft mistake by passing on Jaden Ivey. History is going to repeat itself again. But yeah, the Pistons are now 3-15. They're officially the worst team in the league in the basement at 7 losses in a row. Like, this team is struggling. Like, I knew this team was going to struggle, and I knew they were at least a piece or two short, but holy shit, I did not think it was going to be this bad. But I'll say this, even though they're struggling right now, it isn't time yet to hit the panic button. Okay, Cade Cunningham's injury is now the perfect time to hit the panic button. That fucking sucks. Because Cade's probably going to be out for a majority of the season now, because that's a nasty injury there. And I honestly say Cade should just take the surgery. Take the surgery and come back healthy. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if Cade's out for the rest of the season. So yeah, with that out, just roll out the tanks. Time to tank. Just roll them out and just hope to get lucky with the draft lottery. But yeah, at least Jaden Ivey's been a great highlight reel along with Jalen Duren. But yeah, this team still needs another piece or two. But yeah, and also this team needs to really improve defensively, because defense, what the fuck is that in this league with the Pistons in this league? Honestly, look at the problems for the Pistons this year. I think it's Dwayne Casey. I think Casey's the issue. Like, I think it's time for Casey to pack his bags. Like, Casey's been here for a few years. I think I've seen enough out of Casey. Like, at some point in this rebuild, we need to see some progress going. And so far, it looks like the Pistons are going backwards instead of forwards in the rebuild. And I think they need somebody new to try and get this team to that next step in the rebuild. I feel Casey ain't it. I think it's time to bring somebody else in to try and turn this ship around. But yeah, honestly, for the Pistons, with Cade out, tank time, Detroit. But anyway, let's get away from the Pistons and let's focus on a Detroit team that doesn't have to tank right now. The Red Wings. As the Red Wings, they had a pretty successful week. You know, yeah, they started the week off with that overtime loss to the Anaheim Ducks. Also, Shout out to Dashy. You know, congrats on the win for your Ducks. You know, great win from you as in overtime. You know, I only watched one period of that game since it was a West Coast start time and I had to be up early for work, but it was a really good game. You know, congrats to the Ducks. Congrats to you, Dashy. Best of luck to you best of luck to you and the Ducks rest of the season. But the Waynes got the other 2 games this week and got 5 out of a possible 6 points this week. So, because, you know, hey, every point counts toward the playoffs and trying to make it into the playoffs. As they got wins against San Jose, including James Reimer doing one of the worst poke checks I've ever seen. Like, what the hell was James Reimer thinking trying to be fucking Hasek? He was trying to do his best Hasek impersonation, and he did it so fucking terribly. Like it just gave Pia Suter one of the easiest fucking goals of his entire career. Just a wide open net. Like, what the fuck was James Reimer thinking? Where in his mind did he think that was going to work? And it was a very close game at that point. Once the Waynes got that goal, it was just smooth sailing after that as they got another one to win stat game 7-4. I'll say this. You can take James Reimer out of Toronto, but you can't take Toronto out of James Reimer. And then the Waynes capped the week off by beating up that shit franchise, the Blue Jackets, 6-1 in Columbus. That shit poverty franchise in Columbus. Honestly, they should be fucking contracted from this fucking league. Either that or relocate their ass to a different market. Because they are so fucking shit. Like, Columbus is so fucking shit. Like, no matter what Columbus does, the Red Wings will still forever own their useless asses. But yeah, the Wings now at 9 wins this year. And here's an interesting fact. 8 of the Red Wings' 9 wins this year have come whenever I did a hate night video. Whenever I did a trash talk this. Yeah, the Waynes have won 8 games this year when I did a hate night this video. Whenever I didn't do one, they've only won 1 game. So yeah, what's the key for the Waynes to be successful this year? Hope to fucking God I do a hate night video, because it seems that's working. It seems whatever I'm doing with those videos, it seems to be working. But hey, you know, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, the Waynes gotta learn to do something when I don't do a video. Because that's gonna be crucial later in the year, because I'm not gonna do one for every fucking game. Only whenever I fucking feel like it. But so far earlier in the year has been most of the year, but yeah, so far the Waynes are really trending well in the direction as we're getting close to the quarter mark of the season. And now to the Lions game today. And well, the Lions, this was a very complete team win, top to bottom. A complete four-quarter effort from the Lions. Just like absolutely smoked this Giants team today. Just like, I'll be honest here, during the first like quarter and a half of this game, it looked like the Giants are possibly gonna run away from it. But I'll be honest here, Aiden Hutchinson's interception midway through the second quarter with around 6 minutes left till halftime, that interception was the turning point of this game. Because after that interception, the Lions scored 21 unanswered points and put this game out of reach. Hell, after that interception, the Lions would outscore the Giants 28-12 after that interception. Yeah, the Giants got 3 touchdowns, but they didn't get any extra points from Graham Gano, because Gano missed 2 extra points. One went wide right because of the winds in the area today. Because, yeah, we have that cold front going in, because, yeah, we're getting close to cold winter weather. As it seems like winter has started early this year. And then the second kick, he doinked it off the fucking post. Like, oh no. Was that Graham Gano on the field, or was that Cody fucking Parkey? And then when the Giants got that third meaningless touchdown in garbage time, they then tried to go for 2 points. Because Gano chose this game to look like a fucking pumpkin. And they failed to convert that too. Just this Giants team, it looked like the same old Giants team we've seen the last few years when Gettleman was running the show. They just looked like a fucking dirt team. Derp, derp, derpity, derp, derp, derp. But yeah, also Jamal Williams, tip of the hat to Jamal Williams. Like, he had a hat trick today with 3 touchdowns today. And he also ties Barry Sanders' 1991 season for most games in a season with at least 5 or more rushing TDs in a game. With 5 games with at least 2 or more rushing TDs in a game, with 5 games now this year. Like, Jamal Williams has been an absolute fucking beast this year. And then Jamal Williams, he's also set the Lions franchise record today with 12 rushing TDs through 10 games, which is a Lions franchise record through the first 10 games of a season, breaking Barry Sanders' record of 9 rushing TDs through 10 games back in 1991. So yeah, Jamal Williams is breaking Barry Sanders' records. And a lot of fans are going to be saying that should have been DeAndre Swift. Well, Swift should have stepped up to the plate, but for some reason he just has struggled this year. But hey, when it's your year, it's your year, and Jamal Williams has been leading by example this year. But yeah, also Kirby Joseph, shout out to him, as he's had another interception, got another pick this year that really helped put this game out of reach, that led to the Lions going up 24-6. Like, really, the big MVPs of this game were Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph, and Jamal Williams. Like, the entire rushing offense. But hey, at least DeAndre Swift got 1 more rushing TD that helped be the insurance policy for this game. Because even though the Giants got that 3rd touchdown late in the 4th quarter, did that help the Giants come back and win? Absolutely not. But yeah, honestly, the Giants fans learned a valuable lesson why you should never overlook your opponent. Because when you overlook your opponent, they'll end up clowning the living shit out of you, and that's what happened. Because we've heard Giants fans talk about all week, like NYG31 and Terabelli and Cop Hizzle and a few others, saying how this was going to be an easy dub for the Giants, and that the Lions were shit, just being misled. And they had to learn the hard way what happened. Like, sometimes stats don't paint the entire picture, but you can't overlook an opponent. And they learned the hard way. And also with this win, Dan Campbell is now 3-0 against teams at least 5 or more games above 500 entering the game. Something Jim Caldwell can't relate to. But yeah, Dan Campbell, like, honestly, also this is one of Dan Campbell's best games I've seen him coached in his career so far. Because he coached a really good game. And yeah, I know there are a couple Lions fans that actually complain about kicking the field goal early in the first quarter on the 4th and 2 instead of going for it. And everyone's saying, oh, why did Dan Campbell go for it why did Campbell take the 3 points instead of just go for it on 4th and 2? You want to know why? Because you bitched the last 10 weeks about Campbell going for it in that situation instead of taking the points. Instead, Campbell did the right thing early in the game. Take the points. Don't do anything stupid. And yeah, Campbell's really learned. Like, Campbell, sometimes you learn through trial and error. Some coaches just take longer to learn than others. I think Campbell's learning from his mistakes in the past. And it's helping turn this ship around. But yeah, just what an effort from the Lions today. Like, even Aleem McNeil had a really good game today. Like, Aleem McNeil had a really good game. And I'll say this, in the battle between Hutchinson and Thibodeau, Hutchinson clearly had the edge over Thibodeau, because I didn't even hear Thibodeau get mentioned all game. Because I think the only time I saw Thibodeau do anything was when he tipped a pass from Jared Goff, like, early in the game. And then I didn't hear anything about him the rest of the game. While Hutchinson was an absolute fucking beast today. See, everyone calling Hutchinson a bust and all that, saying, oh, we made a mistake taking Hutchinson over Kayvon Thibodeau. Some people just need to shut the fuck up and let the fucking football people actually do their fucking jobs. There's a reason why Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are where they are now, and why you're all sitting on the fucking couch and behind a fucking screen. Just gonna put that out there. Well, yeah, a lot of people overlooked us, and, you know, thinking this is going to be an easy win for the Giants. Let me just say this. Those people don't know us. You know, and hey, nobody knows this team yet, but they will when they find out the hard way. Like anyone that doubts this team, they don't know us yet. But they're about to. Because I think the Lions are slowly starting to turn the ship around and trying to turn this thing around. Like, you know, a 3-game winning streak, something the Lions haven't had since, like, what, 2017? Like, that's really good. You know, and they're within a game or two out of the wild card spot. You know, anything's still possible at this point. You know, it's very exciting to see it. Everyone complaining about, oh, how the Lions are giving up on a draft pick and all that. Here's the funny part about that. Even with the Lions still winning and all that, we still have a top 10 pick this year thanks to the Rams. Since that Rams pick right now, it's currently the 6th overall pick. Because the Rams are struggling, and the Rams might continue to lose some more, especially with Stafford potentially being out again with a concussion. Yeah, another fucking concussion within 3 weeks. Because Stafford left the game under concussion protocol, with another concussion. Like, fuck, that's Stafford's 2nd concussion in 3 weeks. God damn. God damn it. The Rams are just letting Stafford fucking die out there. But hey, Rams fans, at least he still got that Super Bowl from last year. But yeah, just a very complete win, 31-18. You know, but this 3-game homestand is going to be very crucial to decide the Lions' season this year. You know, with Buffalo, you know, Buffalo's going to be a very tough game. You know, Jacksonville should be a win, but you can't overlook the Jaguars. And the Vikings, well, I think the Vikings are overrated this year. We saw it with we saw how they performed against the Cowboys, where they got completely smoked by Dallas today. So you know, I think there's a good chance we could beat the Vikings. You know, there's a good chance here we could turn the ship around. You know, Buffalo's going to be a very tough team to beat, but you know, if the Vikings can beat the Bills, Lions should be able to as well. You know, it's very possible. You know, not going to be easy Thursday, but I think the Lions are up to the challenge, and I think, you know, I'll stay right here. I'm a lot more excited for this team than where I was with this team 365 days ago. Like, I'll say this team is definitely 100% trending in the right direction. And I can't wait to see how this run goes. But yeah, if the Lions keep this kind of winning up and that Rams pick continues to gain value, the Lions could be playing with some house money in the offseason this year. But yeah, anyway, great win from the Giants. You know, I'll give a shout out to the Giants fans. You know, great game. Great game to the Giants, you know, great game to Bad Dog, you know, to Cop Pizzle, to Terrabelli, to NYG 31 and Vis Vegas, you know. Great game from you, you know, good game. Best of luck to you the rest of the season, because you're going to need a lot of luck. Especially with how brutal the rest of your schedule is coming up. But anyway, though, that's all I got to say. And I'll see y'all later. I'm out. On to Buffalo.